Hello, this is Roger Myers, President and CEO for Presbyterian Villages, Michigan. I'm recording this video message on Friday, May 7th, 2021. The message is intended for all PVM stakeholders, residents, family members, friends, staff, volunteer, board members, donors, again, all stakeholders. I want to start by wishing everyone a happy Mother's Day coming up on this Sunday, May 9th. We greatly appreciate the role that mothers have played, mothers, stepmothers, grandmothers, surrogates that have really had such an impact on all of our lives. So again, much appreciation and gratitude to the moms, and wishing everyone a happy Mother's Day on Sunday. With great appreciation and admiration. This is a multi-part message that will touch on some of the restrictions relative to COVID that we're still addressing, the vaccine, and a couple of other issues. So I appreciate you watching this video. Again, it'll be fairly brief. So we'll come back to the second part in a moment. This is part two of the message. Again, I think there's going to be 3 or 4 parts, maybe 5 parts. This refers to the vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine, and the importance of everyone getting the vaccine. We've emphasized for a long while now that this is something that PVM fully, wholeheartedly, enthusiastically endorses, and we really can't recommend higher that everyone get the vaccine. Unless there's some significant medical reason that you're not able to get it, please get it. You see that message coming from really all different aspects of society across the country, from President Biden to Governor Whitmer to county executives to mayors to healthcare leaders. It's so important and will greatly accelerate our return to a more normal life. So please get the vaccine. For those of you that have received the vaccine, thank you very much for doing that. PVM will continue to do everything we can to facilitate the distribution and the ease of getting the vaccine. So if you've not received it and you're looking for resources as to where to get the vaccine, how to get the vaccine, we will make it very convenient for you to do so. We do have the ability, working with different pharmacies, to again make it extraordinarily convenient. And again, there's more and more vaccines that are out there: Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson is the one-dose vaccine that you're all familiar with. And again, these have been demonstrated to be safe, effective, and there is no cost to that. And it really does go a long way in helping our communities, and not only our retirement communities, our senior living communities, but more broadly the communities as a whole get back to normal. So vaccines continue to be very important. They're available, and we strongly recommend that folks get the vaccine. I'll be back with part 3. I'd like to share a bit about the challenges that we all have, I think, in interpreting what we hear from public health authorities. Certainly, you've been seeing more and more announcements from the CDC, the federal agency, Centers for Disease Control, that have issued guidelines specifically around those individuals that are fully vaccinated. And again, it's great to see these guidelines coming out that's really helping the country move in a direction to lessening restrictions. Unfortunately, some of those new CDC guidelines are in conflict with directives here in the state of Michigan issued by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and other state agencies like MIOSHA. So in the case where there is a inconsistency or a different, the Michigan directives and guidelines are the ones that we have to adhere to. So it's important to know that. So you might hear something about the CDC and then wonder, well, why aren't we doing that? It's because there are these other directions within the state of Michigan. And here's some examples. So for indoor gatherings that are in your home, apartment, condominium, those still need to be limited to 15 persons from 3 different households. Within the common spaces at PVM communities, so in terms of activity space and other spaces, common spaces, they are limited to group activities that are led by a PVM staff member. So it's important that there's a PVM staff member that's leading the activity, and there's required for physical space, physical distancing, and cleaning in between uses of the space. Unfortunately, none of the common spaces can be used yet unless there is someone from PVM, a staff member from PVM, leading the activities. For those activities that are led by PVM in common areas, there's a restriction to no more than 25 persons. Again, the 6-foot physical distancing. Masks are required, except for in the dining rooms when people are eating in those areas. Dining requires the 6-foot distance as well. Exercise and fitness areas are limited to 30% capacity, and again, the 6-foot distancing. Face masks are still required for gatherings. All individuals need to wear a face mask. They're required for transportation, and then the masks can come off when you are seated in a dining room. And then when you have gatherings in your home or apartment, you don't need to wear the masks if everyone is fully vaccinated and there are no symptoms. Also, for outdoor activities, outdoor gatherings, you don't need to wear a mask, but you still have to have the 6-foot distancing. There are some travel restrictions and rules that are still in place, so we need to be mindful of that. People who are not fully vaccinated still have quarantine and testing requirements, and the staff members should be checking with Human Resources relative to that. If individuals are fully vaccinated, which again we hope everyone gets fully vaccinated, you're not subject to quarantine and again some of these other requirements for fully vaccinated people. We thank you all very much for everything you're doing. We know that this is at times very frustrating, very confusing, but we are making progress, and here we are in May of 2021, 18 months or thereabouts into the pandemic. Definitely the light is very clear at the end of the tunnel. And again, we appreciate what everyone is doing. I'll be back with a couple other messages. I'd like to talk a little bit about the importance of staffing. Obviously, staffing across the PVM organization is so very important. Attracting and retaining staff that are committed, dedicated to the work of PVM, to the mission of PVM, of serving residents, participants in PACE programs is essential in what we do. I think everyone's aware there is a significant challenge within the broader labor market that's been enhanced through the pandemic. Other challenges that have been created, in some cases a shortage of the workforce. And PVM, through our executive directors, administrators, human resource professionals, is working as creatively as we can to look at opportunities to strengthen what we're already doing, which is really quite a lot, but not enough to make our organization even more competitive in the marketplace. And we know that the majority, if not all, of the folks that serve at PVM do so out of a strong connection with our mission. In most cases, very much a love for seniors and individuals who are aging and that we're supporting in all of our different communities and programs and services. This is great and important work. We need to tell the story to more and more people. So I'm asking for all of you, if you know of individuals that are looking for a change of employment, they may not even be in the senior living or aging services field right now, but they're looking for a change, looking to have more meaning in their work, more impact in the lives of others. PVM is an outstanding organization to serve with, and there may be members of your family that could be great staff members, could be neighbors, could be church members, but we are looking creatively and we're looking in new ways to recruit individuals and also to retain staff members and to strengthen the workforce and everyone that serves with PVM. So it's important to get the word out that PVM is hiring for a variety of different positions, direct care staff members, and staff members in various service positions, really at all levels and really pretty much across the state. And so appreciate you getting the word out. That would help a lot. And if you've got ideas and suggestions relative to PVM being even more of an employer of choice and to strengthen our attractiveness as an employer and as an organization to serve with, you can reach out and contact myself or LaDonna Holly, who is our Senior Vice President in Human Resources, is one of the areas of her responsibility. So thanks for thinking about that, and I'm going to come back with one final part of the message. This is the last segment of the video message, and this is a reflection on the impact that the pandemic has had on so many of us, really all of us, I'm sure. Recently, PVM did a survey with our staff members, and we asked a few questions. We asked how many of you had family members that contracted COVID, and then the follow-up question to that was, did you have any family members that passed away? And then we asked about your friends. How many of you had friends that contracted COVID, and did you have any friends that had passed away? And the results of this really drove home the point of the impact and a deeper appreciation for the impact. We had many staff members, hundreds of staff members that had a combination of family and friends that had been impacted with a fairly significant amount of loss of life. We had staff members that had multiple members of their families that passed away. One staff member in particular that had over 10 friends die from COVID-19. So the human toll, the psychological, the emotional, the mental health impacts are very real. We're looking for ways to strengthen our support and resources for everyone, residents and staff and others. And this will be something that people will live with for a long while, probably the rest of our lives, in terms of just what we have all experienced since February of 2020. We also have been blessed with some incredible heroic actions. And again, the word hero is, I think, the right word. Lots of other good words that we could use, but hero is fitting. And that we look forward to the opportunity to be able to share these stories, hundreds of stories of people that have gone above and beyond any expectations that we could have had in service to residents and to clients, and that really have just stepped up in some powerful ways. And without that, I'm not sure how we would have made it through. So we look forward to sharing and celebrating those stories in the months ahead. We're one day closer to being able to say the pandemic is over. It's not over yet, but we're getting close. And, we look forward to the days that we are back into kind of whatever the new normal looks like. And I think it'll be exciting, and there'll be time for celebration as well as time for continued remembrance for all that suffered and were lost these last 18 months. Thank you very much for listening to this message. PVM is looking forward very much to a continued strong and bright future, and it is our honor and privilege to be serving with you and for you. in this most important mission and ministry of service to seniors and to our broader communities. Thank you very much, and happy Mother's Day.